So Pierre Poilievre just put out another video out on YouTube, and it says "Put Canada first." And I thought, you know what, that's pretty intriguing. Sounds like a good video for me to react to. So we're gonna have a look at this. It's just under 3 minutes, and then we'll talk about it after, like usual.
We've heard Donald Trump talk a lot about Canada in the same light that he talks about Mexico and China and putting a 25% tariff on our exports. As the future Prime Minister, what would you do to galvanize that relationship with our neighbors to the south?
Well, first of all, I disagree with the president. You shouldn't be putting us in with Mexico and China. That said, we have to be realistic. We export 3 times more to America than we do to the rest of the world. Trade with the U.S. is equal to 40% of our entire economy. A 25% tariff on our country would be absolutely crippling. So we have to take action to avoid it. Some of the things he's asking for are things that would be good for Canadians if we did them anyway. For example, border security. Our border is a total disaster. We've had so much illegal migration across the border, so many fraudulent cases. We now have, it's between 20, with the government, by the way, you're going to say, how could it possibly be between 20,000 and 500,000 people here illegally? I don't know how it could be between those, such a vast number, but that's what the Department of Immigration says. We have 20,000 to 500,000 people here illegally. And many of them will be tempted to cross the border into the United States because they have a significantly stronger and faster growing economy. If that happens, we will expect a massive retaliatory response from President Trump. So we have to secure the border. We have no choice, not just for him, but for us. It is dangerous for our country to have that many people here illegally. And so I will secure our border. We will have more frontline border guards. We'll have drones in the air to stop illegal crossings. We're going to do full criminal background checks on people who come to our country before they get here, which was something, believe it or not, we don't actually do right now. We're going to scan the shipping containers to keep the fentanyl ingredients out of our country. We're going to lock up the drug kingpins that have made Canada the fentanyl capital of the world. Those are all steps that Trump is demanding, but more importantly, they're all things that we need to do to secure our own country. You know, I don't want to fight fentanyl to make Donald Trump happy. I want to fight fentanyl so that not one more mother loses a child to overdoses. Lost 47,000 people. That's more than died in the Second World War. So we have to do this for ourselves. And now President Trump has made it clear that we have to do it if we want to continue to have access to the biggest and most lucrative economy the world has ever seen. Thank you.
Yeah, and it's been well documented the past week or so, or the past few weeks, where since Donald Trump has become president, he wants to set this precedent that he means business. And Pierre Poilievre's absolutely right. We don't just need to do this just to make Donald Trump happy. We need to do it to secure our own country. If you don't have borders, you don't have a country. And the fact that we don't even vet people, I mean, that's ridiculous. And then the Department of Immigration saying that we have somewhere between 20 and 500,000. I mean, what a range. Right? Like that's how can they not get it? Like, they can't narrow it down a little bit? I could accept, well, it's between 4 and 500,000. At least it's like, okay. But how do they get to that range? 20,000 to 500,000. That's ridiculous. And yeah, scanning the shipping containers. Good idea. Deporting people who commit these crimes. Good idea. Justin Trudeau won't do any of it. Well, he might now because, well, he has to. But that being said, we all know the only reason he's doing it is because he knows that if he doesn't, Canada would be even more screwed than it already is. Pierre Poilievre wants to actually do it because he wants to put Canada first, so he says. Pierre Poilievre is speaking like a populist. Well, I'm a populist, so I like that. However, he's, is he pandering? Like, we don't know if he's pandering. We don't know if he's going to be honest. But the thing about Trump is he'll make sure that it gets done, because no matter who the prime minister is, you cannot handle a 25% tariff. So look at that. Look at how interesting that is. Donald Trump isn't even officially inaugurated yet. That doesn't happen until January. And he's already doing things for Canada that our own prime minister will not do unless forced. Not even the president yet, not even the president or prime minister of our country, and yet he's going to do right by us, by force. So in 3 weeks or so, well, about a month now since he's been elected, he's already done more for Canada than Justin Trudeau has in almost 10 years. Talk about pathetic, eh, Justin? But that's what happens, Canada, when you elect incompetence, not once, not twice, but 3 times, and there's still a bunch of morons out there who are going to vote for him again. I don't know. I guess some people just don't pay attention to politics or just vote with the party they just want to go with, like, without understanding how insane it is. But again, that's why I say that not everyone should be able to vote. People say it's so important to vote, but then they don't take it seriously, meaning it's not important to them. Well, then why should they vote? Stay out of our way. Okay? Instead of going out and vote, just pretend it's COVID. Stay home. Stay home, stay safe. Stop the spread of stupidity. But anyway, when you talk about, putting Canada first, and again, I like when Pierre Poilievre says it, it's hard to know if he's serious or not because, well, he's not prime minister. We don't know. But we do know that politicians pander. And I know some of you get upset with me when I say these things because you guys really like Pierre. And I like what I see so far too. But I am skeptical because I'm skeptical of all politicians. And I think that most of you would agree with me. We shouldn't just fall in love with the next new person. That's what happened with Justin Trudeau. A lot of people fell in love with the guy. And then we got really complacent. And then he continued to screw the country. And then we started paying attention, but a lot of damage was done that did not have to be done. We kept voting him in. And now Donald Trump, the president-elect, not even officially the president, is going to come in and do something for us and for his own country that is better than anything Justin Trudeau has done. Canada will be more secure and safe because of Donald Trump, and Justin Trudeau should be ashamed of himself for that. He should be ashamed of himself for what he's done. I know he's not because he's an evil globalist. But nothing really we can do about that now except make sure that not only do we vote him out in the next election, but we also send a message by, again, not getting complacent. Don't just stay home because you think the Conservatives are going to win in a landslide. Go out and vote and just pile on the numbers. Show them what really happens when you screw a country. Because then the Conservatives will look at that and say, okay, we better step up to the plate here, or else we'll get voted out too. I also don't want people to get complacent with Pierre Poilievre. When Pierre Poilievre takes office, you can celebrate, you can be happy. But don't, fall in love with the guy and praise him before he's done anything. Make sure we hold him accountable. I know I get a little bit repetitive when I say that, but I think it's very, very important. Let me know what you guys think in the comment. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Do you agree with me? Do you think that Trump putting a threat of a 25% tariff on our, essentially on our, anytime we make a trading deal with them is a good idea? Do you think that he's done more for Canada than Trudeau has in 9 years? Please don't be shy. I enjoy reading and engaging with you guys through the comment section. Please don't forget to like and subscribe as it really helps grow the channel. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll be back shortly with a new video.